All right, now it's News Extra time and brought to you by Jolly Funeral Home. Here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. On our News Extra program today, we have Jeanne Murray here from the UNL Extension She's a UNL Extension Educator and a Nebraska Senior Health Insurance kind of expert, more or less. Should I call you that?
You can. Yes.
Okay. All right. And we're going to discuss a big information program, I think, that a lot of people should put on their calendars, 6:30 p.m. on February 26th. And this involves kind of pre-Medicare information, right?
Correct. For people there getting close to 65, 63, 64, we got lots of different things that people need to look at and consider.
All right. This program, what time is it on the 26th, which would be what?
Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday night?
Start at 6:30.
Okay.
Because it'll take us probably about 2.5 hours.
All right. 6:30. And where's it at? At
the Panhandle Research and Extension Center. And it will be in the boardroom. So get your reservations in. It's not a great big room because with their remodeling, I can't have the big room yet. And so we'll be in the boardroom. We'll have to still enter from the east door, southeast on the front side of the building.
All right. Okay. So how do they make a reservation to be
call
there?
the Scottsbluff County Extension Office at 632-1480.
All right, 632-1480 to be part of this pre-Medicare information program Wednesday night, 6:30 of next week over in the boardroom at the Extension Center. Now, who should be there? When should you start thinking about, hey, I got all these options available for me when I'm eligible for Medicare and all these things I got to consider. So when should I really start thinking about this?
I'll start thinking about this as early as 63. Some people even do it earlier. But at 64, you really need to, because you need to check to see if you have credible health coverage and credible drug coverage from your present employer. Because if you don't have, then you could be assessed penalties later on. And so if you find out you don't have credible drug coverage, then you need to enroll in Medicare's Part A and the drug plan, or the part that's not credible, when you're 65.
Yeah.
I mean, full retirement isn't until 66, so a lot of people want to continue working to get their full Social Security benefits at 66. But this Medicare side that starts at 65, puts a new wrinkle or another wrinkle into the whole process.
Okay. So and the other thing is you can take part Medicare, you can there's a lot of different options that you have other than just, should I take Medicare, should I not take Medicare? There's a lot of different things you can do here, right?
Right. Well, Part A is free because most people will have worked 10 years or more. So this one doesn't cost you. Your coverage with your employer is still your primary coverage. So it's kind of immaterial. You just say you have A in a name. But if you need Part D, the drug part, then you can begin that portion. Now, Part B has a premium. So there's no sense paying a premium for Medicare as well as a premium through your employer, because your employer coverage comes first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got a lot of different things to consider, right?
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We'll be back and talk more right after this break.
Sensitive, comforting, personal. Jolly Funeral Home. Let Jolly Funeral Home help you when you have lost a loved one. We will help you honor them with unmatched service and artistry. Our team will help you carry on the legacy of your family members and friends. With over 100 years of experience, we offer professional and personal attention to every detail in the planning process. We also offer advanced planning as a continuation to our services. That's Jolly Funeral Home. Our family serving your family for 3 generations.
All right, we are back on News Extra. We're talking about a big Medicare information program coming up Wednesday night over at the Panhandle Research and Extension Center. It starts at 6:30 p.m. It's in the boardroom, and if you're interested in in this program and you want to attend, you need to make a reservation at 632-1480. We're talking with Jeanne Murray, the UNL Extension Educator, is going to be putting on this program, and we were talking about all these options that you're going to have and the reason why you have to be there and everything. And there's also, when you're considering signing up for Medicare, there's a certain time period when you can do it, right?
That's right. You can do the original signing up for Medicare 3 months before your 65th birthday, the month of, and then 3 months afterwards. But once you're past that, what we call a 7-month window, then you can't do anything for signing up for just straight Medicare until January 1st of each year. So January 1st to March 31st is the general enrollment period for Medicare.
Okay. All right. And then there's other things you have to talk about. You were just about ready to say it. If you have a health savings plan and all that.
Yeah, if you have a health savings plan, this is something you really need to consider because you can't have Medicare and a health savings plan both. Once you start into Medicare, your health savings plan stops. So this is something else to think about. So don't, rush in to do Part A if you want to continue contributing to your health savings plan.
All right. So it sounds to me somewhat a little more complicated than I anticipated it's going to be for me when I finally sign up for this. So, and Dennis and everybody else around here that's reaching those ages. So anyway, if you have questions, you're available for individual consultation or maybe the aging office, right?
Right. Myself, or there's people down at the aging office. You can contact me. I can set up an individual appointment. You can come to Alliance, or I can meet you down here, or we can just do it on the telephone.
Yeah.
There's several ways
ways to do it, but there's
right.
people to call. So if you're confused, you can call these people. They can give you some options, probably tell you what alternative might be best for you once you explain what your situation is, right?
Lay out the alternatives. We can't help them make a decision. We can just lay out the pros and cons, and then it's up to them to make the decision.
All right.
We're unbiased information. We just have the facts.
Okay, so once again, the number is 632-1480. It sounds like a program that maybe a lot of people need to take in. 6:30 p.m. this coming Wednesday night over at the Panhandle Research and Extension Center. It'll last, a couple hours, right?
Yeah, a couple hours. With questions, sometimes we run another extra half hour or so. But call by Tuesday so that we can have enough handouts, and class size is limited. So if you want in, call early.
All right, very good. So get that done. That's why we had Jeanne here.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you.